his father and mother when they married. Oh, this is little Frans in Scheveningen, Holland, 1965. Hoe zeg je dat, zandbouwwedstrijd?
It was a sand sculpture building game or competition.
And he won the second prize and won a journey to Japan.
This looks a lot like older paintings actually.
And he is just 14 years old. It's unbelievable. And so I knew him when he was 16, 17. Isn't it a lovely boy with his nice hair, black hair, and dat zijn de krullen.
Black dark curls.
Oh, it's a nice boy.
A little vague moustache.
Very different how he was the last time. Knew him on the Academy of Art. I was 17, he was 16. He was my friend.
Ja, dat is een beetje moeilijk, omdat het zo tijd geleden is in Australië. En die anderen zijn nieuw. But they relate in one way or another. And I think because of just seeing them growing in your garden in Hastings in Australia, they just have that a world you're looking at. You feel the power of, or you just hit you. You can see sunflowers many times, and then they don't hit you. Because it was something, or you are the sunflower, or the sunflower is you. Then there's no difference anymore, and that is nice when you feel so strong about it. And this studio here from the old painter in Holland is nice because of there was also a really strong experience. Was not so much that the surroundings hit me, but all the memories and your life and how you're gonna go about it with painting them. Here you have the sunflower, and then it is obvious way you're dealing with, but with painter's studio, the old painter's studio, my teacher, and they both died, and the studio is just left by itself. Then it was a really strong experience, but like coming back to a place where you feel your life has started, and now you're here and the people are not there anymore, and so that is different then. But I can see, I want to get the clearness as if I was the sunflower, but what I want to express is also memory, is a lot of things together. So I don't know how to reach it, but I'm trying to find different ways, or to come closer and closer to first the subject matter and then all the things that come up with it, with the subject. It is funny with these things from the subject matter from here in Holland, the old painter studio, and just the memories of Australia that I'm sometimes and experienced that at your place in Hastings very strongly, the relationship with the old painter and the influence and things like that. And so I can easily do things from over there and here together. I feel like that. Sometimes I'm there and sometimes I'm here. That is good.
There was this exhibition down in Footscray at the art centre there, and I thought, yeah, I'd like to buy one of his paintings. And I was looking around, and Ian's grandmother, Auntie Jo, said, "Don't buy that one, buy that one." And I obeyed, thank goodness. It was a very daring piece of painting. Well, to me daring. It was just this absolutely cheeky young working man walking along the road with a bit of equipment over his shoulder, and just absolutely pleased with the world and pleased with himself. It's a wonderful painting, and I still adore it every time I look at it.
Top of there it says Glen Helen, Northern Territory, working on a building site.
Frans came to Australia fairly itinerant, but came to the north of Australia and travelled through Australia and met up with activists on the bike ride, anti-uranium activists, various hippies, ferals and friends of a lot of us, and met Water John amongst many other people, and he became a friend of ours.
Naranga, Zuid-Australië and South Australia protest against American bases.
He told me this anecdote about when he was out in the desert doing that bike ride that they did, the protest up Marralinga, whatever it was. But he told me that he saw this tree, and it was in the desert, but it was spinning. And he said to a person who was near him, "Hey, look, check out that tree over there, it's spinning." And this bloke said to him, "That's your tree." I just really loved the way that he appreciated the fact that he would sort of see the world differently.
The rest of a spoonbill. The nest.
This is Frans with a little spoonbill.
Me with the little spoonbill chick in Hastings. One egg is hatched with a young chick. Let's see what's... But I don't know what a spoonbill chick is. Seagrass event 1990.
Frans lived with me for a little while in Hastings, and we had an incredible, probably about 6 months, I'm not sure how long it was, but it was the two of us living in an open room, and I was working on a new puppet show, and Frans was working on paintings in the shed. There was some really intense and problematic, difficult moments in there, but also what I miss most about him is the conversation that was just really resilient, rolling conversation about anything. We could talk for hours and loop and tumble, and that's what I'll miss most.
Frans, with your family?
Yeah, but I remember Frans, we shared a house and he wanted to get a visa because he used to live with no money at all. Like I don't know how he actually survived, and so he had a plan to get married, and trying to get one of us to marry him. So luckily Lee took over, and he did it for the right reasons, and he was so happy. I remember when he was married to them. And actually we've got another painting of Frans's at home, which is him lying on his back with your little boy in the air.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And we went to your wedding too. Yeah,
It's a beautiful painting.
Yeah.
And this is Frans, very in love with Leah. I don't know which year. I think
everyone knows he overstayed his visa here for 8 years, and then he had to go and declare himself and try and get permanent residency. And when he went for the interview, he came back and I asked him how he'd gone, and he said, "Yeah, I think I did all right. They asked me why I stayed so long, and I told them because the light's so good here."
that is so good.
I don't really remember much specific about actually sharing the house with him, other than the fact that, enjoy to share a bottle of wine and talk. He's a great conversationalist, Frans, and he had the studio in the Footscray Community Arts Centre, and I think that was probably almost one of his most settled, periods of time in Melbourne, because he had a group of people with whom he was really involved, and they all had studios together, and he was working productively and all that sort of thing.
The council put the Community Arts Centre under pressure, and the Community Arts Centre plays the politics with the council to get us most out for them, and we were just in the weakest position, so we can be pushed out. We were the easiest to hit because the women's circus you couldn't push out because they would stand up. The big fish would stand up because it's a business making money. We don't make money, we only make paintings. But we all professional painters or artists, sculptors, printmakers. And we have exhibitions and even people having very good galleries. And there's no doubt about the seriousness of the work and of the, and you get treated like I'm painting now 25 or 30 years now, and I get treated just even not consulted. That just I don't feel good about it. I should have known from the beginning. You can never. It's always like that with the art, and you can never rely on other people because you're taking chances, and the other people don't. They're secure in their job. I mean, it is simple in a way. I shouldn't expect anything else.
That way he had of looking when he was talking to you or getting excited or interested in some idea, really sort of piercing intellect, and he also had a really good sense of humour.
We got in John's flat, too many of us, and we would get out and bounce on the bouncy bushes for the pure joy. And Frans was there and John was there and lots of us were there, and we didn't just do it once. We kept doing it because it was so beautiful.
Frans definitely did have a different way of seeing the world. He had an artist's view of the world, but also beyond that, he had a very strong sense of connectedness with the world.
What I really loved about Frans, many things, but what I really loved, and I think it's probably already been said, but his joy of life. Frans made me laugh, he made me realise when it was a sunny day and want to embrace that and just really be in the moment. So that was Frans' gift to me.
He really was a good conversationalist, Frans. You can have very long and very interesting conversations with him. But I always remember that he was talking to us about his early years in Holland, where he was employed by the government as an artist, which is apparently what happened in Holland in the early 70s. If you were an artist, you had to put on an exhibition a year, I think, was the idea.
Set up, and I was a bit surprised by my own vulnerability that I expressed in that painting, and I like it. Because ik schilder het niet als een zelfportret, maar staand als een studie in het atelier van de old painter. And what I'm looking at is interesting, the space. And the space is not there, but I'm painted more what I'm looking at than the figure in a way. But I need the figure. So that's just one approach to it.
Voor mijn camera-angst af te komen.
Lijkt wel meer een man, hè?
Wat vind je? Meer?
Lijkt wel meer een man.
Nee, helemaal niet. Die?
Ja?
Ik herken daar meer van in mezelf als in die.
Ja?
Ja. Ja, ik herken dit wel, deze blik.
Ja?
Ja. Ik ben ook een beetje man. I'm also a little bit man. A little bit man, a little bit woman.
Oh, it's beautiful, that vision. He just keeps us here all together. And he looks at the drawing of I'm working well. Think, what is he up to? And then he gonna lay eggs himself. He'd think I'm a sort of kind egg, lying eggs myself, and then he start lying eggs too. I never thought of painting as lying eggs on the wall, but maybe he's right. Maybe I'll lie eggs on the wall. You actually want that the space is recognized, but the space is in a way unrecognizable, and it is moving in and moving out. And to allow the space, because there is no profit in it, there is no, it's not a space of profit, and you make a coin and you get the prize, or it is a space that allows for things, and it gives you energy. The important part of it is that you meet somebody that acknowledge it, that you can be with, that sees it and understand it. That's important. That's always needed in a way. and that it be given recognition. The thing without recognition need to be given recognition. The thing without purpose, without profit, is not given value, because we only we give the coin, and we have made coins out of people out of coins. It's a hard part for us. That's how it is, boys. Take it or leave it. Yeah. That's all, folks. Well, cheers. So my friend Ian is filming. He's from Australia, and he's sitting with us on the other side of the table. And it's nice that he have come and visit me. And he's starting to feel a little bit better than he was, and start to enjoy himself. So much more. He got a nice massage yesterday, and now he thinks, oh, what's happening? I'm not behind the camera anymore. I'm in the picture. What do they gonna see now?
In the spotlight.
So, and he's really nice that he's filming. And English in the background. She's busy too. I thought my house would be too small for 3 people working in it, but it's all working out. And then my fish keep us all together in this room.
So breathe in, give something for what you got, and breathe out. And don't become what you know you're not. Try to find what you keep down inside, that beauty deep. Give it up, give it out, sing your piece aloud. So breathe.